Good morning and welcome to today's public hearing. The time is 10:03 on Tuesday, July 24th, 2018. We're located in the main conference room on the 20th floor of 100 Church Street. My name is Jonathan Jacobs and I'm Executive Agency Counsel and Market Manager for the City of New York Business Integrity Commission. Thank you all for attending today's hearing. The Commission is conducting this hearing pursuant to the requirements set forth by the City Administrative Procedure Act, commonly referred to as CAPA. The purpose of this hearing is to receive comments from the public on the Commission's proposed rules regarding the penalty schedule for market violations. The Commission published the proposed rules in the City Record on June 11th, 2018. We also disseminated a copy of the rules via email to all New York City local elected officials, the managers of all 59 community boards, several media organizations in the city, and other interested parties. Lastly, we posted the proposed rules on both the Commission's and the NYC Rules websites. In summary, the Commission is proposing to amend Title 17 of the Rules of the City of New York to transfer the penalty schedule for violations enforced by BIC from the Offices of Administrative Trials and Hearings, or OATH's rules, to BIC's own. The Commission will vote on the final rules before they are promulgated. As background for this hearing, the Commission is empowered to regulate the wholesale markets in the city. Penalties for violations of BIC's rules that relate to public wholesale markets, the seafood distribution areas, market businesses, labor unions, and labor organizations operating in seafood distribution areas in New York City are currently set forth in OATH's rules at 48 RCNY Section 3-108. OATH, in conjunction with the Mayor's Office of Operations, has determined that penalty schedules used in the adjudication of agency rule violations, which were previously promulgated by the Environmental Control Board, should instead be issued by the respective agencies. The enforcement agencies possess the expertise to adopt appropriate penalties based on the severity of each violation and its impact on public safety. BIC proposes to incorporate the current market penalty schedule into its own rules. Simultaneously, under a separate rulemaking, OATH is proposing a companion rule to repeal the BIC penalties currently set forth within its rules. Incorporating the penalty schedule into BIC's rules would make it more accessible to the public, as it will then be included within the same title and chapter as the rules cited in BIC summonses. BIC is also hoping to add penalties to the existing penalty schedule that do not currently appear in the current market penalty schedule. Finally, this proposed rule would clarify the Commission's current rules by explaining the penalty schedule and the existence of mail-in penalties. That concludes the summary of the proposed rule changes at issue at this hearing. Anyone may present an oral statement for the record or submit written comments concerning the proposed rule changes. Additionally, the Commission has been accepting written comments on the proposed rules since the publication in the City Record and will continue to do so through the close of business today. The Commission will make available a copy of any written comment that is received in connection with today's hearing on its website. The Commission will carefully review and consider all comments and submissions and make changes if the Commission deems them applicable and necessary. The rules will go into effect 30 days after they are published in the City Record. We'll begin by calling those of you who wish to speak this afternoon in the order that you've signed in. When you speak, please state your full name, affiliation, and be sure to speak slowly and clearly so that the court reporter can understand and accurately transcribe your statement. We ask that you limit your statement to no longer than 5 minutes. Executive Agency Counsel Lee Pellet will now begin calling up members of the public to testify.
Does anybody want to testify?
Seeing no one, we will now close the record for this hearing. As a reminder, we will continue to accept written comments through the close of business today. The hearing is now closed and the time is 10:07. All right.